everybody, it is Dallas coming to you again from D-Rab's Model Shop, and I thought time to start to put a few things together. I'm going to put the seats in and let them dry. I know it's a snap tight, but I'm still going to put some epoxy resin to them, because I have had before where you stick these in and the seats will fall back out after it's put together. So I was like, okay, let's make sure it sticks. So what we'll do is we'll mix up a little bit of that epoxy resin, make sure we put the right seat in the right area, the back seat. Then after that dries, we'll clean off this here, little tabs here, and clean up a little along here, and glue the sides in. And we'll see how far we get. But for now, I'm just going to pause this for a minute and get out my stuff for the epoxy resin. I'll be back with you in 2 seconds. Okay, we're back. I have the epoxy. It's on the tablet, or the tablet pieces of paper here. You can probably see it's that little bit there, that little bit. You got to mix them together. That's what activates epoxy. You want to try your best to get equal amounts before you mix them up. Mix them pretty good. 5-minute epoxy. It should be more than enough time to get these seats in, I think. If not, we'll mix more up. There we go. Pile it up so we got the glue where we want it. Okay. First thing we'll do is the back seat. Don't need a whole bunch, just a little bit. I'm gonna probably get this out of the way, or else we're gonna have a mess. Just gonna put a little bit in each one of these slits here. I guess if you want to get really carried away, you could put it around the base where it hooks onto this chair. I just want to make sure it don't come back out once I get it in. That's all I'm trying to do. Maybe a little bit along there. And you could take it apart. That's a nice thing about this here kit, being a snap tight and all. You could just go ahead and undo the screws and pull it back apart. Just pop her in. There she is. No problem. Okay, like I said, we got enough time. So then we're going to take a little more of the glue. As you can see the base, it's got one slit in it, one slit hole. Well, you know what, I'm going to try it on this instead this time. Snap. Oh, got on my finger, we don't want that. I got some paper towel there. Epoxy resin is removed very easily with alcohol, believe it or not. So, got that one. And now we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do the next front seat. Put the glue to her. Put back up there. Like I said, I have a ton mixed up, a lot more than I needed. Yeah, see that one there, it doesn't want to stay. So this is, I think, going to be a very good thing to glue. Just put something down so it stays in the air a little bit so it doesn't stick down on everything. Okay, and we're going to let that dry. And so I'm going to give it 5-minute epoxy. I'll give it the 5 minutes. I'll come back and I'll finish up. I'm going to show you what the two bottles are. Just these two little bottles here. I know they're going to be backwards because I use my phone. But just epoxy resin, 5 minutes. So we'll give it its 5 minutes to cure up. And we'll come back and make sure it's all hardened up. Until then, see you in a couple minutes. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, even though it said 5. Want to make sure it's good and dry. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the sides. And it is dry. You can feel it. So we should be all set there. Those chairs shouldn't come out. Test fit a little bit first. See what we got here. Yeah, looks like it fits right in there pretty good. I don't like that, I'd say. Yeah. Okay. Even though it's a snap tight, I'm still going to glue some. It just holds better that way. You could get away without doing this. It's just stronger. Always take your paint off before you glue anything. Otherwise, it's just the paint will come off and the glue doesn't hold nothing then. So what will happen is it'll be like, God, I had it on there. Yeah, you did, but the paint let go. how this one fits. Yeah, that should do the trick. Okay. Oh, I should take it off in the other part too, hey? Not a bad idea. Down in that hole. And then root it out really quick. You could probably do it either way, from the top or the bottom, because it goes straight through. Hit it really quick on the bottom. So I want to make sure there's no paint. Could even hit around it a little tiny bit just to make sure. Clean her out. It doesn't have to be that much, we just want to get her clean. Okay. Now we'll just take a little bit of glue. Normally what I do with my glue too, I'll show you here. I'll show you on here. I have a glass tabletop, what I got here. And glue don't stick to glass, but it will stick to this little rubber cutting mat. So here's my glue. What I do is I take a little dab of her. It's been a little while since I used it, so I'm going to pull a little extra out. I want the fresher glue. I take a normal pin. Just dab it in it. Because the idea isn't like to see how much glue you can get on it, it's to get the glue where you really want it to be at. See right there. Probably should let it dry, but I'm not going to. We'll move on a little bit here. Put a little glue on this side. Put the other side on. There we go. Okay, we're just going to let that harden up, and well, that's probably not the right thing to do actually, because this was supposed to be in there first. Yes, like that. That's really how it's supposed to go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it harden up some like this. Then I will come back and I will glue it like I mean it. But for now, we're just going to let that harden up a little bit. Be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. It's only been a couple minutes. The glue really isn't that hard. I started to think about it, so I cleaned off the pegs on the ends of these. And that's going to be glued. And I need to put the steering wheel in it. I can do it after it's in there, but it's easier to do it now. And the paint didn't really go down. I don't think it went down. A little bit of paint in it. It ain't gonna be that big of a deal. And get a little bit of glue and get the steering wheel together. I went in from the back side so that you won't even see any of the glue left over. It probably left a little residue. Okay, steering wheel is in. Now what we'll do is we'll take a little bit of this glue again, and we'll get this done. It's like, it's still slightly wet, so it's like, you know, if I need to move stuff around, I still can. This over here. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got our glue in. Okay, that's pretty much how we want it. I still have to put in the stick shift. Just gotta snip it off, and it goes. There's a little hole down in there. I can show you after everything's dried up. So we're gonna let this harden up a lot more than this time, because it's good and square. And I'll be back. See you in a minute. Okay, we're back. It's dry-ish. Overnight it'll be the best thing to let it sit. So, but I got one last little thing here. Don't want to forget the stick shift. There's a little hole already put in there. I'm not even going to glue this in. It should slide right in there. Watch it turn me into a liar. Put on a little headset so I can see it good. If I want to glue it, I could like go to the bottom and put some glue on it down here. Maybe I will. Why not? Make sure it don't come out. That'd be a bummer once all put together. I'd have to tear it apart just to put that back on. All we want is a little speck right on the tip. You probably can't see this. I'm gonna go down in here. Touch it really light. More than enough. All right, that's about as far as I'm gonna go for this episode of it. I want this to dry up really good. Then after that, we're going to start to put the body together. We're going to put the rear fascia and front fascia on the car, and put the lights in the fascia, and probably even put the grille into the front. And that'll be the next episode. And I'd say the one after that, I'll bet you'll be putting the car together and finishing it. So I guess for now, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Or if you know anybody that you think might enjoy it, feel free to share it, please. Until next time, thank you much.